so freaking raunchy out there. I mean, it's cruel and unusual punishment. Treasure traps. Everything sucks. My hands are failing.
The Baja 1000, the longest non-stop cross-country race in the world. Ironman class. That means by yourself. No teammates. Only a handful of people have ever finished it. Our first Ironman attempt, 2016. Tanner finished. I hurt my neck at mile 200 and toughed it out to mile 600 before I tapped out. In 2017, Tanner, affected by a peanut allergy, made it to mile 607.
Talk to me, buddy. You're not injured, are you?
I ran out of gas, lost 7 hours, and continued and made it to mile 831 before tapping out. Each time I was with my son, but this time I was alone. We had set a goal to be the first father and son to finish. He had done his part. I had failed twice and had unfinished business with 806 miles of beautiful yet hostile desert. I'm not a quitter. Am I? I said I would do this. I promised. We set a goal. We'd both finish. He did it. Am I unable? Too old? Not tough enough? Since Tanner decided to race in Ironman class, and I decided to do it too, it's been 3 years, and it's been in my head every day for 3 years. You know, I don't quit, so I've got to finish this race. And if I don't finish, I have to go back again. And if I don't finish, I have to go back again and again and again. I cannot let the desert beat me. I knew my body was going to be the major physical limitation, and if I was going to do this, I had to start preparing for that one day, a year ahead of time. Typically, I'll work out 2 or 3 days in a row and take a recovery day. I'm always either working or recovering, and recovery, I learned, is very important. You can't just work out 6 or 7 days a week because your body needs time to rebuild, and that rebuilding time is just as important as the workout time. We rode here at our motocross track, as we have done for years, to train for the race. And that's great for building riding skills, but I needed to train for endurance. So I ran far and I bicycled far, and Tanner and I entered Spartan races so I could get my body pushing for hours and hours and hours. I woke up at 2:10 a.m., 20 minutes before my alarm went off. Who can sleep before this?
Feel good. As good as I'm ever going to feel. I'm not going to feel any better than this. 1 section at a time. Come see my friends.
The moment of reckoning was finally here. Either I was going to finish or something bad was going to happen. Maybe both. I rolled up to the staging at the starting line with 10 other Ironman competitors. I was a Baja veteran now. I knew how it worked. The emotion had a story behind it, the last 2 years. Fear makes the wolf bigger. I let go of that story. I was calmer than before. Adrenaline is your enemy, especially in the Ironman class. I decided the best chance of me finishing the Baja 1000 Ironman was to enter all 4 races of the season. I would get more experience, get smarter, learn more things. And the first race was the San Felipe 250, which was 320 miles. It was a tough race. The terrain around San Felipe is the most whooped out of any terrain in Baja. When I rolled into the finish line, I realized this is the first time I had ever seen a finish line in Baja. In 2015, when Tanner and I were a team, we won the sportsman class. He's the one that finished. And ever since then, I hadn't seen a finish line myself. So it was a great feeling and one that I really wanted more of. That's when I met Victor Abitia. He was my chase truck driver. He knew Baja, motorcycles, and people.
The type of support I'm providing for Larry and Larry's team is a little bit of everything. I think I'm a jack of all trades. I help with the planning, I help with the crew, making sure everything gets done. I'm here to help Larry finish the race.
We became great friends and he did all he could to take care of me in every circumstance. We'd be together for the entire season. The next race was the Baja 500, and Tanner and I had entered together. We both finished, and Tanner and I made history as the first father and son to ever finish the Baja 500 on motorcycles in the Ironman class. And at age 54, I was the oldest finisher of the Baja 500 Ironman. I had torn my meniscus, and the only thing I could think about was, could I race? Would I get better in time? And would I lose my physical fitness by not being able to work out? Luckily, the longest gap between races was from the Baja 500 in June to the Tijuana Challenge in September. So I was able to have surgery and get better. So I went to the Tijuana Challenge not knowing how my knee would be. And it turns out that wasn't my biggest problem. Barbed wire around my rear wheel was, but I got through and I finished. There was only 2 Ironman riders that finished all 3 races of the season so far, and I was one of them. And I found myself sitting in second place in the championship points. I looked at the other Ironman competitors at the starting line, bike numbers beginning with a 7. You had to be a superhero, crazy, or naive to sign up for this. Sometimes a little of each. You're gonna suffer, and your chances of finishing were not good. What we all wanted was to push to the absolute edge of our physical and mental limits and see what we could really do. There was Jose Carrasco, Francisco Septién, Bo Huckins, and a woman, Liz Karsh. Many were rooting for her, including me.
You all ready?
I think so. As ready as I'm gonna be.
If you need any help, if you see me, wave me down or stop to my truck, I'll help you.
Thank you. We're all gonna be in the same awesomeness together. So.
Yeah.
I decided I would not compete against anyone. I'd help them. There was only one person I was competing against, and he was sitting on my bike. The pro team started first, and just as Colton Udall on the 1X bike was about to get the green flag, he comes walking back looking for help. I'd always used red flashing lights on my back so I can be seen at night, but this year they were required. They wouldn't let Colton go because he didn't have one. I had 2 on my back, so I gave him one.
All right, put it back and we'll flip it on there. Okay. Good luck, guys. You just saved me.
Yeah.
After all the planning and pondering and preparation, the time was now. I didn't have to worry about what to prepare next. I didn't have to worry about eating well or getting stronger. All I had to do now is ride and find my next pit and don't run out of gas like last year. passed Liz early, but based on previous races, I knew I'd probably see her again.
Guys, we're going straight through that crossing. Larry took off at 4:30 this morning.
It was supposed to be arrived according to the program 5:50 a.m.
At the beginning of the race, bikes and ATVs were clustered together on the course. The ATVs and faster riders on teams would be coming by me making dust in the night. But I was Ironman, and I had a plan. I had a rule: don't ride into the dust and hit something and crash out. Sometimes you get away with it, but I needed to finish, and one mistake and a year of hard effort could be lost.
Can't see anything. 2 bikes right ahead of me making dust. This should be a 55-mile-an-hour road. I can't see, so I'm doing 40. My hands are freezing. It's got to be 35 degrees out here. My hands are freezing, my cheeks, my face, freezing.
My hands were going numb. It was hard to operate the levers. They were my biggest concern right now.
The sun's coming up a little bit. Being able to see is going to be great. Come on, son.
I can say I have a special bond with each of my support team members.
Being a part of Larry's team is very special. We've gotten to be friends from the first race. The challenge is equal for all of us to try to get him to finish, and we're going to get him there.
My great friends Kevin Koval and Bobby Miles were here again to do everything they could to get me across the finish line.
We're the Friends Chase team, so whatever he needs, that's what we do. Bobby does full body massages.
That's what he wants. That's what we'll give him.
You're 11 minutes ahead of schedule right now.
I was freezing, man. Oh my God, my hands. I couldn't feel my hands.
Were you able to hold the radiator?
No, because I couldn't let go of the bike. That's how I crashed. These guys taking chances going into the dust. Can't see nothing. And they go right by me. It's like zero visibility. They're driving into it. One dude ran right into a giant bush. I'm not doing that.
In 2016, we made it exactly 600 miles. Last year, he made it a little bit over 800 miles. If we repeat what he did last year, he can finish it out. And I think he can do it.
Good overall. He's 11 minutes ahead of schedule. He's going to hit a section right now, going to Valle Trinidad. It's fast, rocky, silty, so it has a little bit of everything.
We needed 3 chase vehicles to be sure they could see me at all of our planned stops along the bottom of the course. There were sections where I would go faster than the chase vehicles and beat them to the next stop. By having multiple chase vehicles, they could leapfrog each other and make sure I had coverage everywhere I needed it.
Dude, I was on the toilet since 2 o'clock this morning.
The different kind of Baja bug.
Yeah.
Not the good kind.
Hey, watch out. Don't go in the road. Come here. There's Liz. Larry should be coming up.
How's your shoulder?
Starting to hurt.
Your next pit is 22 miles. You're gonna pit before you see us.
My crew reminded me where the next pit was as we had planned. One missed gas pit, as I learned last year, and I could be out of the race. Our motto was a perfect plan, perfectly and calmly executed. We said it over and over again. A perfect plan, perfectly and calmly executed.
He seems way better than last pit. I think he got his groove on. So now we have the whole team together. So a big happy family.
I'm always doing math in my helmet, and I was at mile 100 with 706 miles to go. All right, I'm like 1/8 done, so I'm saying, hey, good, feeling good, 1/8 done.
I think my camelback might be a pain. They have drinks for me.
¿Va a comer?
Let's come by.
Yeah,
How long ago?
about 5-10 minutes.
Franz reported you're at 31.02 miles an hour average. You're 10 minutes ahead of schedule right now.
Okay, that's what I want.
10:10. You were supposed to be here at 10:20.
We did a pre-run for this race. From that, he developed a whole game plan. Times he's gonna arrive, if he's gonna need a goggle change, if he's gonna need a jacket, if he wants his lights on.
Okay, so I did check, I did Baja Pit, and I did here.
Yes.
So I'm good here. Yeah. Everything's good.
The amount of preparation Larry has and the amount of dedication that he does for whatever task he has at hand is perfect. It's down to the minute.
There are thousands of intersections on the course. Even with pre-running and having a GPS, you still take a wrong fork now and then.
Oh man, I gotta pick through the desert to get back to the line.
Boulders, rocks, cactus, ravines, washouts. You're on your own.
Look at all these whoops. Oh my god. Damn FELIPE whoops. This is where the trophy trucks make up mega time on me. They'll be going 4 times my speed through here.
Now I know what someone hates you. You can send you on the San Felipe Whoop. Pretty brutal.
A group of veterans put a team together, warrior built, and entered the sportsman class. And here's this guy, Giovanni Perez, missing the end of his arm riding a dirt bike. It was one of the most inspiring things I'd ever seen.
We're due here at 11:35. It's 11:08 right now.
Tonight is horrible. Yeah. When you can't see, but the trucks keep coming. So I gotta be way ahead, so that the night
when you're slow, it's okay, you know? And then once the sun comes up, I'm good. As long as I'm past 600.
That's really good.
23 minutes ahead of schedule. Go get it, brother.
It's a sweeping, fast road. But like anything, you gotta pay attention. Like that, rocks. You okay? Just what I was saying, you gotta be careful. Then there's a guy laying there with a broken leg. The ambulance is going to get that guy, that's good.
Larry's doing really good right now. He's 29 minutes ahead on the toughest section of the course, where he thought he was going to be slower. I think he was actually faster than pre-run. So that right there is a sign of what the man can do. So that's what happens when a hurricane passes through Baja. You lose roads. So this is the highway now.
The next thing I had to do was head south down 35 miles of the Portecitos Highway. The problem is, the highway was missing. A big rainstorm had come and the water washed out the brand new highway in 6 sections, including one that was 10 miles long.
Detour.
You think it's a good idea to take it?
Yes.
The desert landscape is a wonder to behold. At unpredictable intervals, the sand would change, the rocks would change, and the vegetation would change. And so would the course. You'd be dodging coconut-sized rocks scattered in deep sand for a few minutes, and then be on a washboarded, hard dirt road. Then you'd be in sweeping, rutted turns for a few minutes, then hit a patch of silt, like riding through flour at various depths.
Get some gas. Just saying, never pass gas in Baja. Pues ahí ya empezaron a llegar todos los de los trophies, empezó a hacer un desmadre.
Se va a poner bueno.
Ahí vienen varios que pasamos en chinga, a ver si.
Que le haga bien.
Sticker?
Sí, gracias.
The tiny seaside town of Gonzaga Bay was my next chase stop. It would be quick, because I was being chased.
You are kicking it.
I'm gonna get a burrito and clean the goggles and I'm gone. I'm trying to get to 400 in front of the truck.
The race truck started 6 hours after the motorcycles. Some were delayed after a terrible accident at the start.
Trophy trucks didn't get let until 11 o'clock. They should be here at dark.
Once they got here, it was a whole different race. I'd say goodbye to clear air and hello to danger and blindness and even deeper silt and ruts and chop.
Get it, bro.
When you're trying to achieve something big, you have to break it down into doable parts. I could not finish the race right now. I could do my best to get to mile 389 before dark. That's almost halfway home.
Oh, shoot. Damn. sand is so tricky. It's so soft. The front wheel washes out. Man. It takes so much energy when you gotta lift a bike like that.
The course snaked down from Ensenada along the east coast, and now it would begin to cross over to the west coast and back up the Pacific Ocean side to make a big, snaky, oblong loop back to the starting line, which would now be the finish line. I only hoped I could see it.
That was close. I almost went down on my face.
I got to mile 380 and the sun was just going down. And I'm happy to see my team, they're happy to see me, but it's the start of the longest stretch where I wouldn't see my chase truck, 100 miles. And this was gonna be the hardest part of the course.
Anybody know how far the trucks are?
No reliable information on that.
We heard on the radio like 300.
There was sketchy information as to where the first trophy truck was. Someone said it was 90 miles behind me, so I calculated that I could get to 415 before he did. So as far as I was concerned, I was racing to 415. I just gotta go around the silt if I could see it, and then get up the hill climb at 415, then I'm good.
You got silt and then rock ahead of you. Tires now?
Yeah. My emotions were mixed at that point. I mean, I was doing great, so that boosted me, but I knew that I had 13 hours of darkness and trophy trucks and cold and dust to deal with starting right now.
I got 100 miles, guys. I could be gone for 5 hours, depending on how much aggravation the trucks give me.
Get running.
All right, so we have 35 miles to go to that hill climb. I might get past the sill before the trucks come. That would be awesome. Good. Oh, yeah. I better take on my leg over. That way? Okay, thank you. Freaking 1 mile into it, I go down. Oh my God.
The locals told me to go left because the silt was too deep on the main line, but it was chewed up too and got me off course.
Oh my God. Okay, rocks. Well, better than silt. No wind. Not good.
No, that's the first trophy truck behind him.
Is it?
Larry left about 15 minutes ago, so trophy trucks are right behind him now. It's gonna be a little dangerous for him, but he'll make it through. He's used to this.
Well, there goes the first truck.
The first racing truck comes by me. They weren't an hour behind me at all. And now he's throwing all the silt in the air.
I cannot see nothing now.
Then here comes the next truck and the next one, and it's a parade of racing trucks. You're trying to finish a race and you can't even see. The next few minutes would be a preview of most of the night.
anything. Big difference from an hour ago, huh? Jesus. That truck went by a long time ago, and there's dust here. I'm in a race. Can you believe this?
This is not a matter of courage or physical output. You know, there's that too. This is just getting visual information to your brain.
I'm going like 2 miles an hour. Oh, God. The silt is so deep.
We're waiting for Larry at 480. The first Ironman went by several hours ago. Liz just went by. And then the guy that was leading early on, Jose Carrasco, he broke down in the silt. And then they sent a guy running the course to go pick him up. Another guy, we just heard word that he's got a broken collarbone, but we don't know who that is yet. So that's where we're at right now. As long as he keeps the wheels rolling, we'll be good.
Fantastic, 29 miles an hour. 30, so you persevere. And the course gives you a gift. Remember what Arturo said. Smooth, just keep it going, Larry. No mistakes. We get through it.
Buddy.
Good, buddy. Go on, jump. Stand. I got you.
Most horrible thing I've ever done in my life.
We heard that's the worst silt there's ever been in Baja.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
In 40 years.
It's unavoidable.
Come on.
Dude,
Plates,
it was
plates.
18 inches deep. All right, tell me one thing.
Yep.
How am I compared to my plan?
You're right on.
Right
You're
on.
at 10:35.
You're perfect.
That was the most horrible thing I've ever done on a motorcycle. It's really hard. The silt is so bad out there. Trucks go by you, and there's no wind, and it just hangs there.
Where did the truck catch it?
Right after
Yeah.
we had it.
Listen, everybody, this is the thing. To finish this race, I have to have a good night. So I did 100 miles of the worst crap that God ever made in the first half of the night. And I have time for a 45-minute rest. The second half of the night, I have to go through that 60 miles. That's gonna be just the same crap still. So I gotta get 60 and 60 more by the time sun comes up. And then I'm right on plan.
Let's do it.
I was frozen. I couldn't feel my hands. But Victor had the van heated up to 85 degrees, and Kevin slung a hammock with a pillow in the back of the van.
Hammock?
Hell yeah. Pillow, blanket, hammock.
It was more than welcome.
So,
Yeah.
get some rest, get your energy back, and we'll wake you up in a half hour.
Hey, now, brother. You guys are the best.
He's officially going to bed. So, bike's working perfectly.
He's working perfectly, so it's just a matter of time. Impressive.
I had planned on 45 minutes of sleep, but it took me 45 minutes just to stop shivering, and I got no sleep at all.
It was rough.
A guy that's been racing Baja for 40 years said it was the toughest silt he's ever seen in his life.
You're in the low areas in the silt, and the guy comes by you and dusts you. If you would just wait there, you'd be waiting forever.
756.
Some of that.
Oh, what you get?
We were almost 20 hours in now, and having my friends there with their help and support, and their smiles and their encouragement meant everything to me.
You guys are the best. Love you guys.
Too,
Love
man.
you, brother.
figure 3 hours. Sun comes up, cruising in, baby, home free.
I rolled out of the pit at 480 at 11:35 p.m. I wanted to believe the worst was over, but I knew it wasn't. The silt was incredible. It was the worst I'd ever seen. You'd be going along a harder packed section and then you'd see these deep ruts form in front of you and you'd sort of dive in there not knowing how deep the silt was, and it would come over your front fender. It was up to the seat almost in places, and it was higher than the foot peg, so you had to lift your boots up and hold your knees up for hundreds of yards, and you're going 2 or 3 miles an hour.
Feels like I'm water skiing with my boots. Oh.
It's just a nightmare.
God, get the hell out of here. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? My abs are killing me.
This challenge comes at a heavy price. I was paying it right now. Perhaps it's hard to understand, but this was what I came for. When your needle's on empty, that's when you find out who you are and what you're really capable of.
That's ridiculous. My boots are full of silt. Sounds like it's over up there. That bike is going pretty good.
I think I tweaked my lights because I went down.
No worries. Take care.
I hope the guy that I left on the ground is like hypothermic right now because he told me he was going to keep moving.
Liz Karsh, the Iron Woman in front of me, came out to the road and couldn't find her pit truck, so she stopped at ours. She was really having a tough time, as I was. It took her 10 hours to go 160 miles.
I don't know why it hurts so much. Every time I breathe, it hurts so bad. Do you guys have ibuprofen or something? There's people upside down, left and right, buggy stuck. There's a guy in our class, 747, who I came across taking a motor line, and I saw him on the freaking ground, resting on his elbow. Dude, are you okay? Did you fall? Can you help? And he's like, no. He's like, still is a nightmare, and I've been having tip over, so I'm just kind of resting right now. And I was like, well, you need to keep moving and have lights on, because if a trophy truck takes this line, you're dead. So get up. And I feel bad, like I had to keep on moving myself, but I told Mag 7, so I hope he's okay. He's eating away at my conscience.
Should have find you guys.
We stopped here. The Baja pits is marked there.
It's up here.
I know. So we stopped here and then we found it up there, and we've been waiting for like 3 hours. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'll go get a nut and get back.
I just wanted to make sure that I found you guys, so I was like, I couldn't believe it.
It's 2:30 in the morning. It's a little bit below 40 degrees outside. It's cold, and we're just standing here. The riders are probably freezing. It is crazy cold.
I remember thinking to myself, this is nuts. For anybody to expect a motorcycle to go through this silt is just completely unreasonable. These are the best riders in the world. One of them, who had won the race a couple years earlier, he didn't finish. And another one who was a champion, he left his bike there in the silt. I mean, it's bad.
I hate silt. I hate it. But I know I can deal with it. I've never gone through so much silt. Getting practice. Honestly, I'm getting better at it. You're making progress. You don't mind getting beat up a little. But when you're not making progress, that's frustrating.
The silt was so deep, buggies and race trucks were getting stuck in it. And there'd be a buggy behind a buggy behind a buggy, all stuck. And they'd be jacking them up and putting a board underneath the rear tire and going again to go 3 feet just to get stuck again. At one point, it must have taken me 25 minutes to go 1 mile. I thought, how am I ever going to finish this race this way? But I knew this was where the race was made. Survive the night and the worst, and keep it moving forward if you want any chance at all. There was no whining. It was do it or quit. The chase stop at mile 538 was a big milestone for me. It marked the end of this horrible silt.
I was so worried because in a half an hour, I went like 2 miles. I was like, this is impossible. Silt is non-stop for like 25 miles.
Liz stopped here. She couldn't find her truck. She said that last section was 100 times worse than this section before. You're an hour 45 minutes behind right now.
Oh my God.
It's 3:17. You were planning on being here at 1:26.
He took a tumble, so his shifter got messed up. We're gonna readjust the lever for his clutch, change the filter, oil the chain, and get him going.
In 50 miles, I'd lost an hour and 45 minutes off my planned race time. Now, I was in danger of not finishing in the time limit. I came into the truck and I told Bobby, I'm fighting for it, man. Took everything I had to get through that last section.
It's like a new bike.
Oh, God.
So freaking raunchy out there. I mean, it's cruel and unusual punishment.
Traps.
Everything sucks. My hands are failing.
I was really in pain. And I passed Liz at the last Baja pit, and here she was rolling in right next to us.
We gotta make this quick. I gotta average 21.5, including stops.
So you just start racing pretty soon?
We just saw Larry. He was just sitting, resting, about to have a meal, and Kevin comes up to him and he's like, "Are you ready to start racing now?" And he literally, his eyes lit up. He left his sandwich, got on the bike, and started heading down north. So we'll see what happens.
I rode for my life. Smooth is fast, true. But right now, fast was fast. And that's what I needed. It was me against me. I had come too far to lose this battle. The sun came up, and I knew the terrain. I had been on it before. I was very comfortable with it, and I knew it was fast. And I said, I am going to make up some time. I was riding better than I had in the entire race, even at the beginning of the race. And the pain in my hands and my arms and my shoulders, that didn't matter. All I could think about was the black and white checkered flag pulling me forward like a magnet.
I was flying, bro.
Yeah, you're just doing 30 mile an hour. You tracking it.
All right, so what's the map now?
Put your ass back on that bike. What's the map? Trust me.
It's 7:41 right now. You were supposed to be here at 5:24. You were 2 hours and 17 minutes behind at the last stop. 14-minute stop here.
I'm not taking no 14-minute break.
Nope.
3 more pits. We're headed to Ensenada.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. We're gonna push it the next few stops.
Save that cupcake for me, I'm calling it.
I have no idea where it was coming from. It's as if all the energy was being pulled from every other bodily function and used to ride. The miles were going by quicker now, and I didn't even have the energy to do math in my helmet anymore. I just rode as fast as I could. Every time I came in to see my truck, I was less and less behind my schedule.
It's 9 o'clock.
I know.
You took off at 4:22, 4:24. It's hard to tell. 19.42 miles an hour. You need to be doing it.
You were averaging 30.
When you come out of here, Larry, there's a long uphill silt bed over there.
I know.
Get up that hill and you're home free.
3 years, I had come so far and was so close. I was 69 miles out on fumes. I was 32 and a half hours in now. I had been in pain for 24 hours. My butt was raw. My upper back and shoulders ached. My traps were screaming. My legs, everything hurt. And yet it didn't. I talked in my helmet. I talked to my mom and my dad, who had both been gone. I talked to my daughters, and I talked to Tanner. They couldn't hear me, but I talked to them anyway. I was getting faster and making up more time, but I knew Baja wasn't going to give me anything. I had to take it.
Do you have gasolina? Anybody gasolina?
Let's say average of 20.
So that's 3 hours. It's here at 11. I'd say 11:40, 1 more hour. I think we just fuel him.
We gotta push him, man. He can't do a DNF.
We're just gonna fuel him and go. I'm just gonna give him like 3/4 of gas.
I was looking for the gas pit at mile 680. 681 came and went. No pit. 682. Just desolation.
You have gasolina?
Now, I was seriously worried. Did I miss the pit?
Gasolina? It's supposed to be at 680. I was worried. Okay, thank you.
It's getting close.
He's put so much in this whole year. All the hard sweat, equity, and tears he's put into this, man. He deserves to win that second place championship. He freaking deserves it, right? Should be here in 5 minutes.
A mile every 2 minutes. Or close. Mile every 3. Yep. So he's at 728.
There's his dust right there, guys. Yep.
There he is.
Flying, bro.
Come on.
Picked up 20 minutes. You're 20 minutes ahead of Liz. There's nobody in front of you to catch. 19 miles an hour put you there an hour ahead of time.
I feel good, man.
You look good,
no,
dude.
man.
You
I'm
look
freaking
good.
killing it.
You look good.
That section was hard.
You didn't come all this way to do it again next year, right?
Hell no.
Smooth is fast.
Smooth. When you get on the flat road, you can crank it up, okay? We need you across that finish line before 420, okay? No DNF here, bro. So drink that as fast as you can and get back on that thing and roll. You didn't run 5 races that DNF.
No.
No. You got it. Listen. You can crank it, okay?
19 miles an hour. Get back into the clear.
That's all you need. Well-oiled machine, everybody doing their part. Now we gotta race to the finish to actually watch him cross it. All right, so it's on him. It's on him from now on. Oh, we're beating him there. We are. There's no option. We're getting there. Might break some laws. Pedal to the metal for a little bit. Whatever you call me, I'll be there.
My last chase truck stop was in Ojos, and I met Javier and Oscar there. And Oscar looked at me and he said, "Remember, this is very important for your life." I was making a spiritual crossing. I wound through the brush, up the hills, and down into the valleys. I dared to switchbacks and flaunted my machine ever closer. The danger of this adventure was worth 1,000 days of ease and comfort. I had lived this before. I had finished the race in my bed many times. Now, there was rushing air and vibration under me. This was glory not for another hour, but for this hour.
It's a long way, long, tough way, but just keep going. You can't give up.
I had trained harder than ever, ran farther than ever, worked out harder than ever. I did everything I could to prepare for this race. And now, I'm closing in on the finish. My muscles and joints were lubricated by the magnetism of a checkered flag. and knowing my team and 1,000 people scattered across the globe would be waiting for me at the finish line.
Ironman is the toughest thing you can do in Baja racing. It's very, very, very tough. You have to rely on your people, but more than anything, you have to rely on yourself because you're the one putting the bike all the way across. More than anything is mental toughness and being able to endure a lot of pain and pass that point where you think you can't do any more and keep on going for 18 hours more.
The dark night of my soul, gasoline and whiplash and needles and spikes, heat and cold and dust, blood and tears, mistakes and pain, and the weatherman.
Oh, God.
The will and determination of a man to get to the finish line. There's nothing more than that.
Rutted.
It's quite an accomplishment to do this. It's not for everyone. You'll have to be really strong-willed and not give up. You're gonna just be tired, like you've never been.
You're like a boxing guy in the middle of the ring, you know? When the green flag or the bell ring, you need to give the best effort.
Faces and hearts. Last turn. Love and honor and promises.
I did it! Oh!
Got it! Every bit of it!
They put the Baja 1000 finisher medal around my neck. On the strap, it said, Ironman. This is my third attempt at the Baja 1000 Ironman. I don't quit. So today, I got it. If you're enjoying these Into the Dust stories, join over 20,000 others and sign up for my short message of the day at thinkdaily.com. Think Daily messages are about living a successful, fulfilling, high-performance life. It's free, and I pledge to never share your email address with anyone. For business people, you can also get Think Daily for Business People, a second message each weekday at thinkdaily.com. Thank you for watching. Love you, Chloe, Tanner, Boyle, and all the people who never give up on me. Thank you.